fun, smiling, high energy, crazy, a little bit of crazy. Yeah, Charleston's fun, totally fun to dance.
Especially if you're talking 20s Charleston, because 20s Charleston was way out, wild and crazy compared to the Charleston today.
Yeah, if you look up old clips from the 1920s, they did everything. They went crazy, they were kicking and jumping and leaping about, but it was really kind of a naughty dance back then. So people were like, oh, Charleston. You know, they wore short skirts, and they were just like, you know, anything went. So
and a lot of clubs, a lot of ballrooms banned Charleston.
It was the music of the era, and it was a little, had a more tinnier feel to it, and it had a washboard and tubas, and so it was a different style of music.
And the Charleston evolved like all swing dancing. The nice thing about swing dancing, it evolves over time. All the swing dancing, all the different styles, they've all evolved over time. One of the problems nowadays, I think, though, is swing dancing is becoming a little more homogenized. Back in the day, swing dancing would go off and different areas would develop different styles.
It was like telling a secret from person to person, and the secret would change. And so as the dance was passed across the country, each region did their own version of it.
Because it was rebellious,
it was naughty,
energetic. And
also prohibition. It kind of tied in with that, so it was performed, it was danced a lot in the clubs, where they would go and drink, I guess, so they were a little bit more uninhibited. And there were ballrooms on every corner. The ballrooms were so big in New York that they had a band on each side of the ballroom playing at the same time. You know, they were massive, and they were on the corners all through the streets. And so the music that went with Charleston was the younger, high energy, which would attract the bigger crowds. But then everybody wanted to be part of that fun because it was less stodgy. You know, the ballroom was rather proper and not as exciting.
You had right and wrong in ballroom. With Charleston, there was no right and wrong. You could create a move, and if people liked it, next thing you know, they're doing a move and they're naming it after you, and you know.
Well, Charleston is the father of Lindy Hop, and Lindy Hop is the dance that I love. I've been teaching Lindy Hop for, I don't know, 2-3 years now, and the modern Lindy Hop scene has Charleston totally integrated with it. It's also the father of Lindy Hop. There's a lot of history in Charleston. Plus the dance itself is just a really wonderful, energetic, athletic dance. I would say athletic, kind of powerful, big movements, 1920s, you know, yeah, I don't know, that's what comes to mind. But yeah, I mean, we dance it very similar to the way it was originally innovated. And we still look to those old clips for inspiration on how to dance.
Ла-ла-ла-ла-ла. Здесь зрители аплодируют, аплодируют, кончили аплодировать.
It's become more regimented too. People are learning the same way more because of social media and because of learning across the board. So it's not quite as exciting in that respect. It's still fun and exciting and totally wonderful to do, and you can definitely be very creative about it. There's no wrong way, there's only new ways. You know, so that's the beauty of it. Because it was out of the streets of New York, swing dancing was. It was a street dance.
Charleston is really a dance about freedom, rebellion, doing whatever you want to do, whatever the music makes you feel like doing.
It came after the Victorian era, really. I mean, everybody was really tight, you know, and proper and a little too much, and so everybody kind of rebelled. The skirts went up, the activities got a little, the girls, the women, actually came a little bit more into themselves, freedom, you know, loose clothes instead of all the stays and everything, and I think the dancing reflected that. Instead of the I must wear gloves and can't touch me kind of thing, it's like, woo, let's do it. So yeah, totally fun.